a round of applause for Makai and Mason, our great team.
We're not up there yet.
I thought I forgot to do that, that's all right, so congratulations. As they mentioned, my name is Amy Blazer. I am the Senior Director of Survivor Services with Women Helping Women. So my entire job is meant to do nothing but make sure wherever and however we show up, that we show up and be survivor-centered. Those are the people that we have made promises to, that wherever we go, we will bring a sense of empathy, compassion, and we will fight for them and fight with them. Sorry. It takes strong partnerships, collaborative partners, and fierce supporters. Christine, who is nominated and won this year our Community Champion Award, exemplifies those things and even more. That shows in everyday interactions, through phone calls, through emails, survivor interactions. Advocates have interactions with Christine as well. Directors, our CEO. It comes out of Christine naturally, that no matter what, at the end of the day, we are going to do what's best and right by the survivor, and that's how we keep a survivor-centered approach. This is also seen through her leadership. Christine leads a team of nurses that honestly carry those gifts and talents and strive for that to maintain the focus of all services they provide. We need people at hospitals in the most terrible times of their lives typically, and us beside the nurses in those moments can make or change or impact how a survivor feels supported and how they move forward in that process. We can't thank Christine enough, we can't thank Christine's team enough, and we can't thank TriHealth enough for giving Christine the support that it really takes to bring that type of support to survivors at the very moment when they most desperately need it. But don't just trust my words. If you know anything about me, I do research and I ask people questions and I don't just rely on my own opinion. So I asked other people to give me something about Christine that you think is beneficial for us to know, or why you think Christine is amazing. That's what it boils down to. So these are some of the things and feedback that I got from people. Her willingness to assist survivors in ways go above and beyond, and it's immeasurable. Christine is amazing. She's really helped reignite the passion around SART and the importance and priority that exists in law enforcement. Her ability to include everyone at the table to improve services really makes a difference. And finally, she shares. Whether it's resources or info or support or anything else, she is always trying to make people better responders to survivors. So when I nominated Christine, that is the reason, and a million reasons more. When you have somebody who ultimately at the end of every day makes survivors the reason that you exist and the reason you show up and do the best job you can, hands down, that's an easy way to show up. To give you a little history about Christine and some background. Christine is a forensic nurse examiner, program coordinator at TriHealth Cares. And she leads the CARES team, which is the Center for Abuse and Rape Emergency Services. That exists 24/7, 365 days a year. While other teams perform exams on survivors of sexual assault, TriHealth stands out in a unique way because they are the only team in the city that also performs exams on survivors of domestic violence, elder abuse, and concerns of human trafficking or sex trafficking. Most recently, the CARES team has been focusing their skills on how to properly examine survivors of non-fatal strangulation. This specialized skill has been proven crucial, as survivors who show little to no physical evidence of trauma are still at risk of stroke up to a year after the event. To further this practice, Christine is leading the initiative to bring new forensic equipment to the emergency department in every hospital in the system. This new technology will validate survivors' reports of violence by providing irrefutable proof of injury to police and legal systems. It will also show healthcare providers the full extent of the injury in order to better treat survivors. So what does that mean? So as someone who has gone to the hospital and sat with survivors and seen the exams and heard the stories and seen the reports taken. That means that survivors are believed even more, and that is the ultimate goal. We want survivors to be believed. When they show up, we have to show up. Christine is doing that on a daily basis, and she is driving that force to make sure that when survivors show up, everybody shows up for them. So, congratulations to Christine, and I will welcome her.
To Abby and Women Helping Women, thank you so much for your acknowledgement in Christina's gala here tonight. I'm so proud to partner with you, and together we make a really strong team to serve up for survivors of violence. To everyone else here, did you know that as many as 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men are survivors of violence in their lifetime? And those are just the ones that are reported. Did you know that women who are strangled are 7 times more likely to be killed by their assailant? Did you know that Ohio and South Carolina are the only 2 remaining states in the nation that still fail to recognize non-fatal strangulation as a felony? It's sad. But in TriHealth, we're hoping to change that. To the individuals in this room who are currently struggling with past or current abuse, you're not responsible for your partner's temper. Your partner's responsible for their temper. To the survivors of sexual assault, it doesn't matter what you were wearing, doesn't matter what you were drinking or if you allowed them to give you a drink. The only person responsible for the rape was the rapist. It was not your fault. I am so blessed to work for an organization like TriHealth that allows me to give a voice to survivors of violence. When I told them I wanted to purchase some rather expensive equipment to better support our survivors, instead of asking how much, they asked how many do you need? The sooner we can confirm evidence of violence, the sooner we can focus on getting these people safe. Thank you to TriHealth and the Bethesda Foundation for understanding the value of what this means to our survivors. You're giving them a voice. To the assailants out there who think that you're smart enough to inflict just enough injury to not really leave behind a lot of physical evidence of injury, you're being put on notice. We at TriHealth are going to make it our mission to get these survivors their power back. And we're going to do it. And this equipment's the start. As a community, we all have a role we can play in preventing sexual assaults and violence. Imagine if we placed just as much importance in school as we do math or English about teaching relationship skills. At home, we can talk about sex and consent to our kids and respect. Perhaps you can serve as an advocate to support someone going through a sexual assault exam. Perhaps you can donate to Women Helping Women so they can increase the capacity of their DVERT program so that they can have a trained advocate at the scene of the violence. Thank you to our many community partners, such as local law enforcement, first responders, Women Helping Women, FBI, prosecuting attorneys for collaborating with me and my team and supporting us. To Catherine Gleason, thank you for placing your faith in me. I promise to continue to deserve your praise through perpetual hard work and always remember TriHealth's mission to serve others in our community. To Janie Easterling, thank you for stepping up to the helm of Bethesda North and showing such enthusiasm and sincere approachability while guiding our leadership team. Thank you to the CARES team for bringing your compassion to every case and being so dedicated in your craft. Thank you to my husband, Mike, for your endless support, love, and encouragement. I absolutely could not and would not have taken this leap of faith without you. Thank you to my dad. Your pride and service you have for your country inspires me to take ownership in my community. And to my mom, your support of sexual assault survivors and offering a safe haven to those inflicted by violence shows your bravery and inspires me to keep fighting for them today. And lastly, to my boys, Nathan and Michael, you are absolutely the light of my life. And I consider myself so privileged to be able to witness the men you're becoming. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. Thank you.